Everyone loves to talk about college like it's some kind of extreme sport. Either it's the best 4 years of your life or a never-ending nightmare of stress and ramen noodles. College is hyped up to be this life-changing experience. And hey, maybe it will be. But it also might not be. It might be kind of weird and kind of hard. And sometimes you might even feel kind of alone. Now, before you think I'm trying to harsh your collegiate buzz, let me be clear. I'm not saying college can't be amazing. I'm saying it's not automatically amazing. Just like anything else in life, you get out of it what you put into it. And if you're spending all your time scrolling through Instagram, comparing yourself to everyone else's highlight reel, or hiding in your dorm room, afraid to actually talk to people, well, yeah, college is probably gonna suck, but it doesn't have to be that way. So, if you're ready to ditch the unrealistic expectations and embrace the real deal, stick around. Because in this video, we're talking about how to actually enjoy college without losing your mind, your money, or your dignity. Let's dive in. We need to talk about the perfectly filtered, impeccably posed elephant in everyone's Instagram feed. Social media is practically unavoidable these days, but when you're constantly bombarded with images of people seemingly having the best time ever, at parties you weren't invited to, with friends you wish you had, doing things you wish you were brave enough to do, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. Like everyone else has it figured out, and you're the only one who's still stuck on level 1 of life. But here's the thing, it's all a facade. Social media is a highlight reel. It's the carefully curated, edited, and filtered version of reality that people choose to share with the world. It's not the whole picture. It's not the late-night study sessions, the awkward first dates, the existential crises, the moments of self-doubt, the bad hair days, the ramen-fueled breakdowns, all the messy, complicated, and often hilarious realities of being a human being, let alone a college student. And you know what? Those messy, complicated realities? Those are the good stuff. That's where the real growth happens. So, do yourself a favor and log off Instagram for a while. Focus on your story, your goals, and your growth. Okay, I know what you're thinking. John, you're telling me I actually have to go to class? But my bed is so warm, and Netflix is calling my name, and trust me, I get it, the siren song of procrastination is strong. But here's the thing, going to class isn't just about getting good grades, it's about showing up for yourself, it's about investing in your education, both literally and figuratively. You're paying for this, folks. Might as well get your money's worth. Plus, let's be real. Sometimes those 8 a.m. lectures can feel like a form of torture, especially after a particularly epic night out. But even if you're not feeling your most alert and engaged, even if you're fighting the urge to rest your eyes for just a second, don't worry, I won't tell. There's value in simply being present, in listening, absorbing, and maybe even learning a thing or two. And hey, you never know what might spark your interest. Maybe you'll stumble upon a topic that completely blows your mind, a professor who inspires you to think differently, or even just a really comfortable chair to nap in. Just kidding, sort of. The point is, you're more likely to have those aha moments, those moments of intellectual curiosity and discovery, if you actually show up and give yourself the chance to experience them. So, do yourself a favor and set an alarm, or 3, and go to class. College is about more than just academics. It's about exploring new interests and making friends. With so many clubs, it can be overwhelming. Should you join the debate team, the a cappella group, the Quidditch team? Yes, that's a thing. The pressure to do it all can be intense, but you don't have to do it all. Focus on what you're passionate about. Find what lights you up and go all in. It'll help you meet like-minded people. People who share your interests and humor. Finding your people in college is invaluable. These are your friends, confidants, and cheerleaders. Your late-night study buddies and biggest supporters. Maybe even future roommates or travel companions. It's about more than grades and resumes. Nurture your passions and have fun. Try that improv class or hiking club. Audition for that play. You might just surprise yourself. Let's talk about parties, shall we? College is often synonymous with parties, and for good reason. Parties can be a fun, social way to blow off steam, meet new people, and create memories that will last a lifetime, or at least until the next morning. But they can also be a recipe for disaster if you're not careful. So let's talk about how to party smart, not stupid. First and foremost, know your limits. This applies to both alcohol and your own personal energy levels. Pace yourself, drink water, eat something, and don't feel pressured to keep up with anyone else. It's not a competition. Second, stay safe. never leave your drink unattended, and always have a buddy system in place. Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, time management. I know, it's not exactly the most thrilling subject, but trust me, mastering the art of time management is essential for surviving and even thriving in college. Because the truth is, college is a juggling act. You're juggling classes, homework, extracurriculars, social life, maybe even a part-time job. And it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to feel like there's simply not enough time in the day to get it all done. But here's the good news. There are ways to make it work. It all comes down to being organized, prioritizing your time, and maybe even saying no to a few things. First and foremost, get yourself a planner. Write down your deadlines, your appointments, your social commitments, everything. Having a visual representation of your time will help you stay on track and avoid those last-minute panic attacks. Second, break down large tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. Feeling overwhelmed by that 10-page research paper? Break it down into smaller steps. Suddenly that daunting task feels much more approachable. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked in the midst of all the academic and social chaos of college: taking care of your physical and mental health. It's easy to let your well-being fall by the wayside when you're stressed, sleep-deprived, and fueled by caffeine and ramen noodles. But trust me, taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. So let's start with the basics. Sleep. I know, sleep is for the weak, right? Wrong. Sleep is essential for your physical and mental health. It's when your body repairs itself, consolidates memories, and recharges for the day ahead. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Next up, exercise. Even just 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week can make a world of difference. Go for a walk, take a yoga class, join an intramural sports team, dance like nobody's watching, just move your body. And finally, let's talk about food. Try to make healthy choices whenever possible. College is a weird, wild, and wonderful time. It's a crash course in adulting, where you're constantly learning, growing, and figuring things out as you go. It's a time of incredible freedom and terrifying responsibility, all rolled into one. It's a time to make mistakes, to learn from them, and to become the best, most authentic version of yourself. It's going to be messy, it's going to be challenging, you're going to fail sometimes, you're going to get rejected by a crush, by a club, by an internship. It sucks, but it's also part of life. As Winston Churchill once said, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never try anything worth doing. So take risks, put yourself out there, and remember, every failure is just a stepping stone to success.